Hello, people. Today we'll be looking at authentication protocols. I'll put the link in the description, but this talks about everything that it takes to get authenticated in different systems, um, different things. I mean, different ones. If you use Kerberos, which is the most secure, as well as LDAP can actually be more of a risk. And also they have, I think, looks like Texas is like TACAS plus. So here, let's have what the book says about it. So authentication protocols, centralized centralized authentication services allow clients to authenticate to central authentication service, which then supplies verification of the user's identity to relying system. Central authentication services may also provide authorization information for the user to the relying party, or may match the identity of their own authorization rules. Common authentication protocols include TACAS. TACAS. This is the one that we're talking about. Accomplish IP authentication via the system. This is a Cisco design extension. It stands for Terminal Access Controller Access Control System. That's kind of like a word puzzle in its own way. And for more detailed, it uses TCP traffic to provide authentication, authorization, and accounting services. It suffers from numerous number of flaws, including the lack of integrity checking for the data it sends, allowing an attacker with access to the traffic it sends to make arbitrary changes or to use replay attacks against the TACAX service. TACAX also has encryption flaws that can lead to compromise of the encryption key. This means TACAX systems that provide AAA services, again, authentication, authorization, accounting, for network devices should operate on an isolated administrative network if possible. I like to make note of the replay attacks, just to give you guys of secondhand experience. Hands-on experience. You can download Wireshark, and not that you could actually do this. Like I don't condone any hacking by any means, but Wireshark has a built-in middle man in the middle attack. It can replay whatever data you want it to transfer. It takes a lot more effort into doing this because this will trigger some alarms or some host intruder detection systems. And so whenever you are, I guess, doing a reconnaissance, I suggest everything to be passive. Passive meaning um, looking at their webpage, look at the information readily available by the internet before you start, pinging things. So we're looking at more. Today now we're gonna look at Radius, which stands for Remote Authentication Dial End User Service. It's one of the most common AAA systems for network devices, wireless networks, and other services. Radius can operate via TCP and UDP and operates in the client-server model. Radius sends passwords that are obfuscated by a shared secret and MD5 hash, meaning that its password security is not very strong. Radius traffic between the Radius network access and the Radius server is simply encrypted using IPsec tunnels or other protections to protect the traffic. This is pretty easy, I guess. It's one of the easiest ones to understand. Remote authentication dial and user service. Well, the attack hacks has a much more weird way of doing things and allowing for attackers to attack. Okay, now the next one is called Kerberos, not the dog from Hades. I'm actually using Dante's Inferno as well. But this one is unlike Tacax and Radius. It is designed to operate on untrusted networks and uses encryption to protect this authentication traffic. Users in Kerberos called principals are composed of three elements: the primary and frequently the username, the instance used to differentiate similar primaries, the realm, which consists of groups of principalities. Principles, not principalities. Realms are often separated on trust boundaries, and having distinct key distribution centers, KDCs, called Kerberos authentication flow. Here, there's like a little dialogue. I mean, not dialogue, but diagram. Sadly, I don't have it on there to show you guys, but it looks like a triple handshake. If you guys know what that is, client sends a request to the authentication server. The authentication server then sends a client session key or a ticket granting ticket. I have seen this in lots of exams. I only took one exam. And then we have the ticket granting system plus the ID of the requesting service authenticator. It uses the timestamp. So it sends that back, and then the authentication server sends back to the client to server ticket, client server section key. And then it does it again, client to server ticket, authenticator, client ID, and timestamp, and a timestamp for verification. So it looks like a triple handshake, but it's not a triple handshake. There's a note. Active Directory AD users uses the Kerberos protocol for authentication. Older versions of Windows rely on NTLM authentication. However, NTLM is outdated and you're unlikely to encounter it in modern environments. If you do, you're likely to have a lot of other major security worries too. So that was everything about authentication protocols. We did not get into OAuth 2.0 or single sign-on. So we didn't get into these other ones, which we will get into next video. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to subscribe for more cybersecurity analyst videos like these. And I'll catch you later.